Budget Secretary Butch Abad is also hoping Congress will speed up the passage of the proposed Bangsamoro Basic Law. This so that much-needed funds can be released to a region mired in poverty. Freddie Abando reports.
For so long, the provinces of the proposed Bangsamoro Entity are among the poorest in the country. The prevailing conditions brought about by the 42-year-old conflict revealed poverty incidence of 54% for the first semester of 2014, an 81.5% simple literacy rate in 2008. These figures are some of the lowest in the country. The three armed provinces, Sulu, Lanao del Sur, and Maguindanao, are among the poorest provinces. Under the 2015 budget priorities, Sulu was identified with high poverty magnitude. Lanao del Sur and Maguindanao were determined with high poverty incidence. Because of these facts, Budget Secretary Florencio Abad stressed the need for strong, steady, and consistent funding to lift the proposed Bangsamoro Entity out of poverty.
The normalization process is a process to integrate them into, normal civilian life. Isn't that what we want? You want to draw them away from armed struggle in the hills? And to do that, they have to have jobs. Their children have to be in school. They have to be healthy. They have to have livelihood. They have to be assured that when they return, it's going to be a meaningful life. Kaya nga the dilemma of Chairman Murad and Chairman Iqbal is they want to be able to return to their people and tell them, we got a better deal than what we have now. Because what's the point of negotiation if they come back and say, we're sorry because, we cannot get anything more. The whole peace negotiations is really all about that. What do the people in this region who have long been neglected, ignored, treated unjustly deserve so that, their lives improve and war is no longer an option for them. That's really, it's not so much what the president wants or what the MILF wants, but what those people deserve.
Funding provides the key for the proposed Bangsamoro Entity to succeed. The proposed funding spelled out in the draft Bangsamoro Basic Law amounts to 35 billion pesos for the first year of the region. This includes a one-time grant of 1 billion pesos for the Bangsamoro Transition Authority, a special development fund of 7 billion to rehabilitate the region for the first year, and an annual block grant amounting to 4% of the net internal revenue allotment. Abad reiterated the current subsidy of the autonomous region of Muslim Mindanao will be converted to the block grant. While the funds will be automatically appropriated, Abad stressed the allocation of funds will be done judiciously by their parliament, similar to the budget process of the national government. As proposed in the draft law, an internal auditing body will be created to track expenditures to ensure transparency and accountability.
There's got to be a way of you're talking about internal controls, internal audit, and external audit. I think any government has to have those things. Now, I think the real question is what's the relationship between the Commission on Audit of the national government and their own Commission on Audit? That's for the legislature to define. I think we should do away with speculating because it's really well within their power to decide, what is constitutional. Because if they, in their view, it's unconstitutional, then that's why it's there. If they feel that it's unconstitutional, then let it be debated in Congress. Rather than make all sorts of speculations. This is not a done deal yet.
Secretary Abad called in Congress to fast-track the approval of the draft Bangsamoro Basic Law. The House Ad Hoc Committee and the Bangsamoro chaired by Congressman Rufus Rodriguez will reconvene April 20 with the end view of passing the measure by April 26. For as long as the conflict is not fully resolved, Abad stressed the region will be mired in poverty. Abad said peace will impact greatly to the country's stability and growth, since yearly yearly from 1970 to 2001. The war amounted to 20 billion pesos yearly, to include damage to property and livelihood and human casualties of 120,000 from 1970 to 1996.
Right now, growth is concentrated in 3 regions of Luzon. Regions 3, NCR, and 4A. 65% of GDP comes from these 3. We need to disperse that growth. And Mindanao is a growth area. If there is a perception of stability and order in Mindanao, we will be able to disperse that growth because Mindanao is rich in agricultural as well as other resources that the economy can benefit from. So definitely, there is no doubt that peace in Mindanao will contribute economically to further expanding the growth in this country. Plus, the general perception that we as a society can govern ourselves peacefully, that we can settle social conflicts reasonably.
I, for one, is for peace. I want peace to prevail. And I want our Muslim brothers to flourish also, if that's the complaint. But economic development has something to do with social and educational compatibility. I have friends from UP who graduated from Mindanao State University. We can get along fine. So for me, the start of any development in an area is pouring out billions for education, pouring out billions for creation of highly skilled individuals. For me, the direction is education, social connectivity, social common cultural heritage. That makes a nation.
For the People's Television Network, this is Freddie Abando reporting.